equal opportunity to hear God's word. Everybody has equal opportunity to serve the Lord. Everybody has equal opportunity to be a blessing and to serve their pastor. But based on understanding, if you don't know the purpose of a thing, you will abuse it. So they're sitting at the Jordan, and Elijah tells Elisha once more, stay here. He said, I can't stay here. Elijah said, all right, takes his mantle, smacks the water, and the water goes back hither and thither. In other words, it went back like it was the Red Sea, and Elijah proceeded to walk over on dry land, but he didn't walk alone. Elisha took the journey with him, and the other prophets stood back and watched the miracle instead of participating in the miracle. And that's what you have in church. You have a lot of bystanders, a lot of spectators, and they would much rather watch Brother John the miracle instead of participating in the miracle. There was nothing prohibiting those prophets from walking with Elijah, but they decided not to stay connected because now he's a has-been. He's done. His time is over, and now they're looking for which one of them are going to be the next one that leads. Once they got on the other side of the miracle, Elijah turns around and he tells Elisha, what is it that you want? You haven't been faithful this long and not qualified for a blessing. You haven't been with me this long and not be expecting or looking for something. What is it that you want? Elisha said, I'm glad you asked. I went from Gilgal to Bethel. I went from Bethel to Jericho. I went from Jericho to Jordan. Now I'm on the other side of the Jordan. For this moment, I want everything you have double time. And I just said, whoa, that's a tall order. I don't know about that. I don't know if I can do that for you. He said, but if you see me when I am taken, then you know that you got the petition that you desire. But in order to get what you're asking for, you got to see me when I am translated. You got to see me when I'm shifted and when I receive my transfer. You got to see me when I go up. That's the problem. If you're not in place, if you're not connected, if you are inattentive or even absent, you'll miss out on seeing what you need to see in order to get the blessing. Elisha stayed with Elijah until all of a sudden the heavens parted and angels of fire was riding on horses and chariots of fire. And all of a sudden they swooped down in a cloud of fire and takes up Elijah without Elijah being consumed. And Elisha saw it with his own eyes. And when he saw, he began to cry out, my father, my father. That's a whole nother message. Some people don't qualify for the blessing is because they don't understand the dynamic of relationship and submission. The school of prophets saw, watch what they said. They said, your master is going to be taken from you. But Elisha said, my father. He's my master, but I don't take it the way y'all just look at him as another professor at the school of prophets. But this is my spiritual mentor. Y'all just see him as somebody rotating in and out periodically, and like all the other prophets, but that's not how I view him. And so many of us, our problem is we view our leaders the wrong way. They're not just somebody just preaching a message. They're not somebody just singing a song. They're not just somebody just coming in just to have the office of a pastor. But you got to move in. That's why when you go back over into 1 Kings, the 19th chapter, the Bible said that Elisha was Elijah's minister. You got a lot of people today that they want to minister to God, but they won't find a man or a woman of God that is assigned and called by God to minister to. Elisha was Elijah's minister. When it was time for him to be taken, he said, you're not just my minister, you're not just my master, but you're my father. Because you're my spiritual father. See, it's not just about biological. See, at one time, and I'm closing with this. At one time at Mount Tabor where I pastored,